Namaskar and welcome to my new video. The topic of this video will be plastic trash, and specifically I want to steer your attention what you can do to reduce this. As an anecdote, I would like to start this video by telling that I'm in one of the more beautiful parks in Porto, Parque de Cidade, or da Cidade, I think, in Porto. So if you happen to be in Porto, check out that park. It's really good. But it seems incredibly difficult to find a good spot to record this video, because over there the ducks and animals were just so loud, and a lot of people. Then over there the sun conditions weren't right. I was at the place where the water was too loud, and it just took me like 45 minutes or 1 hour to find this spot to record this video. Okay, but anecdote aside, yes, I want to steer your attention a bit towards the topic of plastic. Most of us are aware that this is something, well, it's not like easily degradable, and everybody hates plastic trash flying around the cities and especially in nature. So it's something that I can always rage a bit about, because there are alternatives to this, and mostly it has to do with the people being too lazy or not conscious enough. I mean, sometimes you will also see animals plucking the trash, and then they find trash and everything spreads around because of the wind, etc. But no, this is about what you can do. So when I came to Portugal, the first supermarket that I saw kind of shocked me. I mean, maybe you have already seen these things, but when you see there's the vegetable area in the supermarket and everything is packed into plastic, like, I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, they pack 2 avocados into 1 plastic bag. I have seen bananas being peeled and put into plastic. It's just incredible. And for example, what they also do is they sell like 3 paprika in 1 plastic thing. There's absolutely no reason to do this, because they also sell the paprika usually, without plastic packaging, except for they want you to buy more than you actually need. So it makes no sense whatsoever to purchase a product that is wrapped in plastic when it doesn't need any wrapping. Like, I mean, at least in Germany, when the awareness for this topic grew, at least in the stores where I was buying, it didn't take them too long to realize that there is this need from the customers to reduce the plastic waste. And for example, one of the more intelligent solutions that I saw was that they were to label the potatoes, the sweet potatoes, I mean, with a branding that said bio, which means organic, on it. So there is no additional trash produced, and it's an easy solution. And or just reduce the overall packaging material, or make it to paper and carton and whatnot. But now let's stop the introduction. What I want you to understand is that instead of waiting for politicians and the industry to change their behavior and create rules or whatever, what you can do is stop purchasing stupidly packed products. So it's not too much to ask, I would say, to find the places where they sell this stuff unwrapped, if possible. Like, I'm thinking about vegetables and fruit, You don't need to buy 6 apples wrapped in plastic. You can also buy, if you want 6 apples, you can also buy 6 apples without plastic packaging. And I'm not sure if you're one of those type of people that think it doesn't change much, but in my opinion it does, because first of all, you reduce plastic waste. That's the obvious thing. But then also you change something in yourself. Like, you prove to yourself that you can be a better version of yourself. And that's something that's, I mean, now we're talking about plastic, but this is something that's also important for the rest of your life and for all your other qualities that you have, because sometimes, we need the kind of small, tiny confirmations that, yeah, I can do better, I can improve. And it's really important. And this would be, let's say, a good testing ground, you know. But then also you're a role model for other people. So you will also start to spread the message once you really understood it, and hopefully then, if not already, by then you will see what kind of madness this is. Like, honestly, I can't even understand the industry. Like, I can't understand really the part of the industry that sells the actual fruit or vegetables, because they would also have to pay for the plastic packaging. Like, I can't really assume right now that they are getting paid to use plastic. And if it's really this kind of idiocy, like unpackaging a banana and then packaging it into plastics, like, I don't really get it. I honestly don't get it. And I can't even get into the heads of people that would buy such a product. Really, I can't. I can't. So my message to you is, please be more conscious about what you purchase, because waiting for politics or the industry to change things, this may take some time. But imagine if everybody was to think like I, and then stop purchasing plastic products from one day to the next. Then the supermarkets would realize, shit, nobody's buying these kind of products, and they will not order them. And then the industry would think like, yeah, maybe people want less plastic. Of course, that's like the ideal scenario, which is not going to happen. But from the idea, that's how it's supposed to be, right? I mean, also you can wait for the politics to say, we now forbid plastic straws, because that's such a big problem in the ocean when it's actually the fishing nets. But but it's tiny. It's a tiny thing. Like, even in the EU, where nowadays under certain circumstances it's not allowed to sell plastic straws, it's a tiny fraction of what causes the problem. I think the easier solution is that everybody thinks for themselves and starts changing, this tiny thing. Like, even if you watch TV all day, even if you're, like, let's say, not very conscious, I think it's not too much to ask to reduce the amount of plastic that you're purchasing, and maybe also consuming. I mean, right now I'm just thinking of, let's say, you're going to a supermarket and you buy stuff there. And by the way, Tetra Pak is not really recyclable. Like, it's this compound thing which is very, very hard to recycle, and as far as I know, nobody really does it. So it's landing in the incinerator at the end, so it's not really recycled. And the actual recycling rates, even in countries like Germany, are pretty low. Like, we're talking about 10%, maybe, if we're lucky, that is being recycled. For glass and cans, it's something else, but yeah, don't think that our recycling system works well. It doesn't. It totally doesn't. There's way too many compounds. There's way too much compound material. Like, when you purchase chips and snacks, there's Tetra Pak. So much of this is compound material, and it's very hard to recycle. So I'd rather assume it doesn't happen. Also, from what I read recently, it doesn't really happen. So yeah, but also in terms of, all the products that you purchase. Like, when I go, let's say when I'm traveling, or when I go to like these tiny markets or places where people sell like tiny shit and tiny plastic stuff, I'm always thinking, man, who's buying that crap? Like, you don't need it. Is it just you need to buy something to feel happy? Well, if that's the case, please buy some bananas instead of some plastic trash that is not recyclable. Like there's so many places where you can be conscious about what you purchase. And because of this video, it's about plastic. Like I'm really asking you to reflect a bit on where you can improve. And yeah, I would be very happy to see that happen. Like, yeah, I think the biggest part would be about, because we go to supermarkets like every week, maybe more often per week, but we go there every week and purchase stuff. And when I see what even I produce in terms of trash, like it's far from perfect. But some products, like you just don't get them anywhere, any other package. And also, I can't really understand the industry because solutions that are biodegradable are already existent, and like I have seen it, they are sometimes already being used, and I don't really understand what holds them back. I'm not sure if it's, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's about the production cost, but then, like, are they really that focused on money? I mean, sometimes it's hard to believe. Like, there can't be such a big difference. And I mean, we're talking about companies like Mars and Nestle and so on. They have billions, right? And just to change their packaging to something that is biodegradable, is that really too much to ask? Like, honestly, it's incredible. Like, how can the industry be so focused on only making money and not on our nature, our planet? Like, this stuff takes more than 100 or 150 years to degrade, and yeah, and it's a mess when it's flying around. I mean, in this wonderful place here in Porto, I'm very happy that I think I haven't seen a single piece of plastic in here. Because obviously it seems like the consciousness of people is so much higher. Like people who come to this specific park, there's not even like dozens of trash cans here. It's just that people don't throw their trash away. They keep it with them or they throw it in the trash can. So it has to do with consciousness, and I mean, my whole channel is kind of about raising consciousness. So long story short, please be very conscious about your purchases when it comes to plastic, and please try your very best to reduce it as much as you can. Thank you very much.